Hello everyone, I am Seth from Myriad Misadventures, and today, Angkor Wat.
Dan's pretty excited.
Pretty great, huh? So Angkor Wat was the real reason that we went to Cambodia. Don't get me wrong, Phnom Penh was great, and I really enjoyed our time there, but the real reason that we went to Cambodia was to see Angkor Wat. So I was pretty excited to get to Siem Reap and see some ruins. Angkor Wat and the larger Angkor Archaeological Park are obviously the main draws of Siem Reap, and if you choose to go, you have three options for tickets: a 1-day pass, a 3-day pass, and a 7-day pass. The 1-day pass costs $37, the 3-day pass is $62, and the 7-day pass is $72. We were in Siem Reap for 3 days, and we planned to go to Angkor for the first 2, so we got the 3-day pass because it was cheaper than 2 1-day passes. The ticket office for Angkor Wat is actually before you get to the temple, so don't miss it. If you're going with a tour or a driver, they'll probably take you there on the way like ours did, but if you're going by yourself, make sure you find out where it is so you can stop on the way. It might actually be impossible to miss, I'm not sure. Check where it is though, just to be safe. Angkor Wat is definitely the biggest and most impressive part of the Angkor Archaeological Park, and if you go, you can get an audio guide that tells you about different parts of Angkor Wat. There's like a big open area at the beginning, and then different buildings had different purposes. If you get the audio guide, it will tell you what all of those things are, explain some of the statues, carvings, things like that. You can get the audio guide for either $7 if you leave your passport or $50 if you leave a different form of ID. Honestly, I don't remember if that was a deposit or a fee, but that's how much money you need up front for the audio guide. And when you return the audio guide, you get your ID back, obviously. So although Angkor Wat is the big draw, the Angkor Archaeological Park is much bigger than just Angkor Wat and encompasses a number of other ruins. A lot of the maps we saw of the area showed 2 loops. There was a smaller loop and then there was a bigger loop. The smaller loop passes through, I'm gonna have to read this, Angkor Wat, Bayon Temple, Ta Keo, Ta Prom, and Bante Kadai before returning back to Angkor Wat at the end. The bigger loop, again I'm going to have to read this, starts at Angkor Wat. I think that it passes through Bayon Temple and then continues on to Prekan, Nikpon, Ta Som, East Mebon, and Pri Rup. I almost definitely said all of those wrong, I'm very sorry. If you are not with a tour, there does seem to be a little bit of flexibility with where you go. For example, on the 2nd day, we realized that the 1st day we did not go to Pimianakis, Bapun, or the Terraces of the Elephants or the Leper King. So those 4 areas are all very close to Bayon Temple, where we went on the 1st day, but we did not go to them. So we asked if we could stop there at the beginning of the 2nd day when we went on the bigger loop. And the driver took us there, no problem. We also didn't go to Angkor Wat or Bayon Temple on the 2nd day because we had already seen them when we did the smaller loop on the 1st day. If you are with a tour, you might not have so much flexibility, but most of the people that we saw were there in smaller groups. For example, we just had a tuk-tuk for the 2 of us, so if you're in a similar situation and you have a special request, definitely try asking your driver. He or she might be able to accommodate you. Another thing that we decided to do was go up to Bante Saray, which was some 37 kilometers north of the main Angkor Archaeological Park area and took quite a while to get to. It was a little more spread out than a lot of the areas that we saw in the main park, and if you have time, definitely go see it, but if you don't have time, it is okay. There's plenty of stuff in the main park to keep you busy. Even with 2 days in the park, there was a ton of stuff that we did not see. Looking at the map, there's a ton of stuff that we didn't have time for, including an entire area west of Bayon Temple. If you want to see most of the area, you probably need at the very least 3 days, or quite possibly the entire 7 days afforded you by the 7-day ticket. The entire area was incredible and deserves every spot on every bucket list that it is on. It was on mine, and I am thrilled that we got to see it because the entire place, like I said, was incredible. I just wish my camera had not deleted all of my videos. Pretty big bummer. Outside of Angkor, we saw a couple of things, including a dance show and some shrines. But the most impressive thing we saw was the Angkor National Museum, where we spent most of the third day. The museum costs $12 to enter, and you can get an audio guide there as well, which costs $5. That audio guide was also definitely worth it. As you walk through the museum, there's numbers on the wall that tell you what to listen to in your audio guide, and they tell you about the statues and the history of whatever room you are in at the time. I definitely learned more having the audio guide than I would have learned had I not had it. One last really cool thing that we did was eat at this restaurant called Bugs Cafe, which was a restaurant which served, you guessed it, bugs. Most people in the West are pretty tentative at best about eating bugs, but a lot of the bugs at Bugs Cafe are not just served as bugs, they're served as part of something else. For example, a spring roll with ants inside of it. For the less adventurous people, that's probably a better way to try eating insects. That being said, all of the food we had there was prepared excellently, and all of it was incredibly delicious. If you are in Siem Reap and you are not terrified of the idea of eating bugs, you should absolutely go and have something to eat there. And if you are terrified of eating bugs, you should still go and try some of the maybe safer things like those spring rolls that I mentioned, because bugs are actually pretty delicious and it's a good way to try them for the first time. Definitely not like a whole bunch of bugs on a stick from some shady street food stall somewhere. That's probably not the best way to try them if you're afraid of eating bugs, but Bugs Cafe definitely is. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have been to Angkor Wat, please leave me a comment down below telling me which area was your favorite. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe down below so you know when I have new videos, and I will see you on my next trip. I thought I was going to be able to get through the whole video while he was sleeping, but seems I woke him up.